it's just so special to play in front of your fans. And for us, we've already have done that really probably 1.5 times because of the 400-plus people we had at the Purple Gold game, and then the over 100 people that came to watch the Northern Michigan scrimmage, right, that wasn't even publicized. So we've already played in front of some people on our home court, but it's for real. And to have, to have the lights off and the music and everybody standing and starting lineups and all of that, it's what makes Quant special. And we led the league in attendance last year. And other teams are coming for that, right? Other teams are coming for that. Other programs are coming for that. What we're able to do is we're able to bring it out, and we don't have to lie on our number, right? When we have 900 people in there, there's 900 people in there. And I'm excited for that. When we have recruits come and they watch us play, and we show like a highlight of last year against UW Whitewater when to advance in the WIAC tournament, and the place is packed. You know what we announced there, Scott? We announced 980 people, and the place felt full. So when we get 1,400 people in there, that place is going to be electric. And I just hope the people in this community and the surrounding communities and Almond and Wapaka and up to Wausau and all over, right, are willing to come out to watch this team play because it's worth the money. You follow college men's basketball or sports in general with NIL and people bouncing all over the place. Man, these guys are playing it for the right reason, and they enjoy one another and the passion for the game. I just think it's really easy to get behind, and I hope people come out and give us the opportunity to entertain them because it will be a good product.
Coach, best of luck against the Raiders. We're looking forward to it, and hopefully chat with you after the game with a Pointer victory in hand.
Thanks, Scott.
Auto Select is your dependable auto repair.
The Quant Fieldhouse as we prepare for the start of this evening's ball game. As you heard what Coach has to say about today's game, Jay-Z, it's important to get off to a good start. Not that you can put them away, in the first 5 minutes, but if you allow the so-called underdog, we've talked about this 1,000 times, but when the underdog stays in the game, the longer they do, the tougher they are to put in the rear view mirror. So it's important to play well early on in this game.
Especially on your home floor, Scotty. If you allow MSOE to come out here and get some momentum and get some confidence going, then they just get tougher and tougher. This is one of those teams that likely will not beat itself. So you're not going to win this game in the first 8 minutes or 10 minutes or 11 minutes. Possession by possession by possession. I expect this to be who plays the best, not in spurts, but who plays the best for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's a fact, and we'll see. Pleased, but not wowed by the performance on Sunday.
Right.
There were a lot of things that you were able to bring back to the practice floor over the last day or so to work on before tonight's game. So that's, I think, a good thing when you win somewhat handily and yet so much to still improve on.
Yep, we got that big lead, and then I thought we lost our edge a little bit, which is apt to happen, but that's part of concentration and keeping disciplined and staying in your system and not thinking about the score, just thinking about what's going on in the next play. Always the next play, the next play, the next play. And if you can stick with that, more times out of not, if you have the talent, you're going to win at the end.
Yep. It's a decent crowd here, not quite as big as I thought we might have here for the home opener, but we'll take what we can get. We're going to get a break, that is, for our national anthem. We'll come back and play some Pointer basketball. This is UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN. high school. How about some college basketball tonight, John? The high schools will get here soon enough.
Next week already, Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm told.
The women, the girls, whatever.
Yep, there's games
Start
scheduled
next
for
week,
girls.
so.
Yep. Amazing. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. You can add hockey and wrestling and all the other winter sports.
All the good
to that.
things.
Yep. Great time of year.
For our young folks, high schoolers, that were able to sign national letters of intent in the early signing period today. Congratulations to all, and we wish you the best. Still got to finish out those senior years, so good luck to all. Starting lineups for Kevin Hurd's Raiders of Milwaukee School of Engineering. They will go with 6'2" junior Mason DePirick from Manitowoc, 6'4" junior Jonathan Burrows from Missouri City, Texas, 6'4". 6'4" senior Donovan Carter from Highland Lake, Illinois, 6'3" junior Chase Cummings from East Troy, and 6'5" junior Carson Cordelli from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Again, MSOE coached by Kevin Hurd in his third year. Overall record this year for the Raiders, 1-0. Hurd's record, 21-27 overall. For UW Stevens Point, it'll be 6'5" senior Malik Abdul Wahid out of Brookfield Central. 6'5" sophomore Seth Myron from Appleton and Kimberly High. 6'2" sophomore Josiah Butler from Appleton and Fox Valley Lutheran. 6'8" sophomore Cal Crone from Waukesha West High, and 6'1" senior Darius Bolden from Glendale Nicolay. And the Pointers, of course, coached by Kent Dernbach, whose overall record is at Stevens Point, mind you, does not include his years at lacrosse, 23-19. And Coach Dern in his second plus, as I like to term it. Of course, he coached, the better part of, he coached the conference games, if you will, back, what was that, 2018, 19, I think it was? Sure, when Coach was in as the interim coach. Pointers in their home whites, and the Raiders in their road reds. Here we go. Great to have you along here tonight. Whitewater, last evening, Whitewater men victorious over Carroll, 77-71. 2 other games tonight. Hamlin is at Stout. River Falls playing at McAllister. Crone to jump center, and we get this one underway, and it is going to be controlled by Stevens Point. Myron, Bolden out on top. Butler, left side, Abdul Wahid. Back over to Darius on the right side. Swing it over to Butler. Step back three in the air. Off the rim, no. On the rebound, pulled down by Cummings.
Well, a little step to his left. That looked good until it caught rim.
Yeah. So up it'll come. Cummings out on the right side. They run Dopiric off a screen. Butler's going to have a tough job trying to guard down there. Inside, Cal Crone with good defense, and actually a pretty nice job by Cordelli in the post that time. Back out it'll come. Cordelli on the wing into the hands of Carter. Carter against Malik. Picks up the dribble and shot clock violation.
Tell you what, Carter knew that shot clock was going down, and he got a little fumbly with it in his haste and never was able to get the handle back on that basketball as the shot clock went down to 0.
All right, Darius brings it up for Stevens Point. Myron right side up on top to Cal. It'll go. Crone puts it on the deck with that left-hand dribble, gets in deep, goes up and scores it.
Well, we saw a whole lot of that on Sunday.
Kind of overpowered him in the sense that side at that time.
Rose above him.
Burrows gives out on top to Carter. Carter into the hands of Cordelli. Cordelli left wing. On the dribble, free throw line, almost fumbled it away. Picked up that dribble, needs help, finds it from Cummings. Cummings back out on top to Cordelli, drives it into the paint, gets in deep, goes up, no. Rebound backside, Butler. Josiah pushes right wing. Darius into the corner to Myron. Seth comes back out. Butler with it now off the wing. Drives. Starting, gets it right back from Cal, got caught on the baseline. Out it'll go to Darius, spins into the lane, down the lane, off the glass. No, but a foul.
Nice move by Darius. The 180 spin to his right hand. He can finish with either. At this level, of course, most of them can. But he's got a quick spin.
Yep. So Bolden will go to the free throw line. Darius in that opening game had 10 points and 8 rebounds, John.
And he was given credit for 5 assists, and I'll bet that it was at least double. Scott.
Yeah, I would agree. Darius makes good on the first free throw. 3-0 pointers. By the way, that first foul on Mason Dopiric.
Yep, their leading player, their leader on the floor, had 24 the other game.
And Darius makes them both. 4-0 Stevens Point very early on. 18-12 to go in the opening half. Point going with a little token pressure here. Dopiric out of Manitowoc Lincoln with the ball up on top. Coach asking for something there. Off on the top of the circle, Cordelli against Cal. Over on the left wing, putting it on the deck that time, Burrows. Off on the baseline, Cordelli got caught. And then Malik with a block out of bounds from the corner.
Yeah, they had a baseline corner, and Malik came on his help side and just flew and knocked that out of bounds. I thought they had a travel under the basket, but they don't all get called.
Yep.
4 on the shot clock, by the way.
Off the inbound, looking. They'll bounce it on the baseline. Dopiric's jumper rolls off the rim. Darius with the rebound off the weak side. Brings it across the timeline. Underneath, a lob slam for Smooth. Whoa, that was beautiful. Malik coming in off the backside, and they got it to him. Wow. Dopiric leaves it off for Cordelli. 6-0 point. Down the lane, up over Myron. Shot won't go on that one. Shot try by Cummings. Here comes Stevens Point leading 6-0. Butler off the right side, gives it back on top to Myron. Left wing to Malik. Off it will go there into the hands of Darius Bolden. 15 on the shot clock for the Pointers. Malik to the lane. Fumbled the ball away. He just lost the handle that time. Picked up here by Cummings. Cummings on ahead. Dopiric gets by his man. Into the lane. Fadeaway jumper off the rim. No. Rebound Butler. Pretty good defense. Dopiric. Yeah, he's an excellent shooter. In deep, it'll go to Cal. Left side of the lane. Puts it on the floor. Leans in. Scores with a foul. No foul.
But how is that not a foul?
8-0 Stevens Point. They're letting them bang in there.
Well, they are. That's for sure. There was a lot of contact there.
Cummings gets it to Cordelli. Cordelli holding out on the perimeter at the free throw, or at the arc, I should say. Carter on the dribble into the lane. Ball tipped away on the floor. Picked up by Butler. Still loose. Picked up now by Malik. Off it'll go. Darius Bolden into the front court. Running right sideline. 8-0 Stevens Point. Darius to Crone into the corner. It'll go to Myron. Back to Darius. 16 minutes to go in the opening half. Oh, bad pass by Butler. Intercepted. 2-on-1 to the other end. And the Raiders are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, MSOE in desperate need of a bucket. We gave them an easy one.
Yeah, just well, you talk about it all the time. A turnover out on top.
Yep.
Really turns into trouble. 8-2. Cal Crone out on the right side. Tried to start a little dribble, got cut off. Gets it over to Darius on the left side. Darius to the lane, pull-up jumper off the rim. No, rebound down deep, Burrows. 8-2 score. Dopiric into the front court, trying to get free from Butler. Gives off underneath. Cordelli blocked that time by Seth Myron out of it.
And we're going to get our first media time out, I do believe.
That we will. 15-17 to go. Pointers with an 8-2 lead back in 1 minute. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN.
Hey there, parents. Scott.
MSOE 8-2. The final score, corner of second and Maria Stevens Point. They have all of your game day needs, or you can stop at the OT Tavern next door for something a little special.
MSOE starts the game 1 of 7 to Pointers, 3 of 5.
MSOE to inbound. Dopiric on the right baseline. Kicks it out on top. 3 ball in the air. Buried that time by Cummings. And just like that, an 8-0 lead is 8-5.
That was a set play.
Yep.
They screened them, and as I said, when they get open looks, they can shoot.
Malik Abdul Wahid out on top. It'll go. Butler over to the left side. Logan Baumgartner. Pointers a little stymied at the moment. Butler drives it in along the right of the lane. Kickoff to Malik. Tried to go inside. Ball fumbled away. It'll be Pointer basketball out of bounds. Malik tried to split a couple of defenders to get to the rack and lost the ball.
It's too hard to take the ball through that split.
Into the game will come Ane Amoa out of Chicago, 6'1" junior. Inbound out on the right side to Cal Crone, 8 on the shot clock. Logan with it. Baumgartner over to the left side, in on the baseline to Malik. Fadeaway jumper, got it.
How often, when the shot clock is under 5, do we find Malik?
Well, it'd be a good place to look.
I'm telling you, that's where I would look.
Dopiric into the hands here of Chendua, also in. Dopiric knocks over Butler, pulls up for the jumper and hits it.
Yeah, Butler fell backwards, and Dopiric was wide open from 8 feet.
10-7 Pointers. Butler, Myron, Holden getting set to come back. Sad long skip pass. Baumgartner for 3, in and out, no. Rebound down deep into the hands here of Carter. Chance to tie it with a triple. Almost turned it over. Kick out, Dopiric pulls up, doesn't take the shot, running baseline, sneaking in. Shot won't go. Rebound to Malik, off into the hands of Butler.
Yeah, he got to the rack, but we met him at the rim.
Butler front court, top of the circle, looking, going right to Myron. Keith Hoffman getting set to come in for point. Left side, Butler. Josiah into the lane, down the lane, and he's fouled going to the basket. I'm assuming that'll be a shooting foul.
It sure should be. Josiah loves to get that ball in the left wing or any place on the left side and then go strong hand, which of course is his right hand, and get to the reverse side. He's really good with his right hand.
Anea Moa with the foul, and Josiah Butler will be at the line. 10-7 Pointers. He had trouble in that first game.
He did. He was a little shaky in the first game, just 2 of 4. And of course, 75%-ish last year.
Not that I'm worried by this guy, but every point is so crucial.
Yep. And he wasn't in good balance at that shot, Scott. He actually fell off to his right.
Yep. Well, made 1 out of the 2. 11-7 Stevens Point. Early 8-0 lead gone for the Pointers. Dopiric into the hands of Cummings across the timeline. Hands it off on the right sideline. That is Isaac Witt with it. Bounce pass, free throw line. Dopiric stopped up. In deep it'll go. Logan trying to defend. Shot won't go. Baumgartner with a rebound off the Bolden. Here comes Stevens Point. MSOE gets back quickly. Baumgartner, right wing triple. Count it!
Tell you what, Scotty, Amoa lost a shoe. We were playing 5-on-4, and there was the open shot as a result.
Dopiric working against Butler out on top. 7-point Pointer lead. Left corner to Cummings. Cummings, one bounce and the pass out to Jendusa. Back to Dopiric. I'm waiting for him to start to try to take it over. Top of the circle, tough shot, and he hit it over Hoffman.
There was not a lot of space there, Scotty.
No, there wasn't.
He can score.
Yep.
Once again,
Keith was right there, I mean, in fairness.
Yeah, the thing that impresses me most by MSOE is the fact that they can shoot.
Bolden, right side, drives it into the lane, got underneath, didn't take it, kick out Butler, 3, no. Long rebound, Hoffman. Well, good job tracking that one down. A reset for the Pointers. Right side, Bolden drives it into the lane, down the lane, kick out, and the Smooth can't hit it. Hoffman tips it out for another reset.
Well, 2 rebounds on this possession for Keith Hoffman.
Butler stops and then saved by Darius Bolden. Getting a little confused on top. Darius into the lane, down the lane. This time he'll shovel it over. Bumgartner will put it off glass and score.
Yeah, Darius on the assist. Drew all the defense with a shaking and the bacon and found a wide open teammate.
7-point lead again. Cummings out on top. Witt into the, well, they get it underneath. Wide open reverse layup. Easy for Joey Gendusa.
Yeah, Darius thought he was going to go high, and he ended up going a different path. And
16-11 long cross-court Bolden. Stevens Point lead. Free throw circle, Bumgartner. Logan kicks it out. Butler on the wing. Butler back into the corner. Logan wants a triple. Got it. Well, Logan's heating it up.
Well, good job of rotating that basketball quickly before the help defense could get out to the corner.
Matching the biggest lead at 8. Cummings front court and a kicking violation on the lead.
21 on the shot clock, so it'll stay right there.
Myron back in, and in comes Carter Combs.
And here comes another media timeout, I do believe.
All right, 10:49 to go. Stevens Point up 19-11. We'll take a 30-second break. Returning in a moment, Pointers basketball, WPCN.
We just
Good defense, actually, by MSOE.
My first complaint of the year, I can't see half the game. I'm like, okay, somebody had the ball in the lane, tried to see it go up on the rim, didn't get to see that. That's the way it goes in the big city. Out on the wing with it here is Valenti. He's out of Batavia, Illinois. Stolen away, Seth Myron. Seth trying to go to the other end. He'll go right to the lane, missed it. Rebound, MSOE. Missed that one pretty bad. DePirick on ahead. Cordelli blocked away by Baumgartner. Picked up by Cal.
Scotty, Seth had a much easier layup on that end. They were just going to back away and give it to him. He thought he was going to be challenged. And consequently, I think lost his concentration, missed a layup.
Might be. Malik with it. Gives it up to Baumgartner. Logan skips it back over. That's Butler out there. Down on the baseline to Cal Crone. Cal with 31 in the opener. Now down to 4 seconds. Over to Baumgartner. 3 in the air. Off the rim, no. Rebound, Cordelli. Well, here you go. Front court, top of the circle, Valenti. Valenti leaves it for DePirick. DePirick working dribble, lost the handle on it. Ball popped loose, picked up in the lane by Seth Myron. He was going to load up what was going to be at least a semi-easy shot.
And Malik came up out of that scramble a little bit dinged up.
Yeah, he's been that way.
Yep.
Butler, 17 on the shot clock, back over. It'll go to Myron. Trying to get Seth involved in the offense here. Crone on the right baseline. Cal backing his way in. Goes up strong, off the rim, no, tipped out long. Reset, Crone tracks it down. Sends it across the way, Malik with it. Looking at Baumgartner down on the block. It'll go out. Butler over to Crone. Crone looking, bounces. Right baseline, Myron. He tries to back his way in. Now back out to Malik. 6 on the shot clock. Malik off the wing. Back out, Seth with a 3. That's not going to go. Long rebound, corner picked up here.
Missing shots.
Yep.
That was my concern.
Slowed down, bogged down. DePirick into the front court off the high screen. Gives back on a little pick and roll. Fadeaway jumper. That missed everything, and a foul on Seth Myron.
Ouch.
Well, that was close by Valenti. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
No, the foul came after that shot, Scotty. It was very much an unnecessary foul because that wasn't even going to be close. I don't think our coaches are too happy with the call, actually.
Yeah, that's why I was, well, anyway. 5:54 to go, and another media? I think so. 5:54 to go. We're going to stay right here. 24-17 is your score. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you for dine-in or carry-out. Open daily at 11. Well, Pointers do have the 7-point lead. Biggest lead was at 8. We've had a couple of cracks at getting it higher, but haven't succeeded.
Yeah, and that's when I was talking about, cohesiveness, continuity. What could we do off our offense tonight? And we've run good offense. We've missed shots. And that's one of the question marks I have for this team is how good of an outside shooting team will we be? Stay tuned.
Well, Josiah Butler certainly can, but he's not getting many open looks.
No. And
they failed to guard Logan a couple of times. He's burned them for 11 points. So,
and Darius hasn't had a lot of looks. And Cal Crone, they've really played him physically. They've got him pushed out a bit, where he's catching a ball where he can't really back in like we saw the other night. If we could get him set up a little deeper to where he could do more of his post play, I think you could see more points out of Cal down in the post. But right now, he's a little bit out from the basket.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, they're going to get some free throws here. I thought this was a classic case of a player getting bailed out, so to speak. But it is what it is. First free throws of the year.
5:54 to go.
He'll get 2.
Valenti will be at the line and misses the first one. First free throw try of the night for MSOE.
He's out of Batavia, Illinois, just a freshman.
No game tomorrow night. Pointer women's basketball Friday, and makes 1 out of the 2. And into the game for Stevens Point is Grant Manns, the freshman out of keel right now.
Tell you what, Scotty, since we jumped out to that 8-0 lead, it's just been even basketball.
Yeah. Missed a lot of shots
Yep,
since then,
we have.
holding into the front court. But then again, so have the Raiders. Crone on the right side. Holds it there. Our offense seems to get bogged down right now. Butler working off the dribble, pulls up for a three, doesn't get it to go. And the rebound down deep by Cummings.
And Scotty, that was just one-on-one basketball.
Yeah, that's the problem. Into the lane, falling over. Somehow they didn't get a travel. Loose ball on the floor.
How is this
That's
not
got
travel?
to be a travel. Finally, it's going to be whistled. Cordelli.
Well, the first one was obviously a travel, and they got away with that.
Yeah, they
well.
kind of missed one. They do that once in a while.
They do.
We don't, but they do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to look at it. 24-18 is your score.
I mean, the first case, he was losing his balance and falling backwards and just stumbled with the basketball. I'm pretty sure that's a travel, but oh well, turnover nonetheless.
Used to be. It's not necessarily in the home opener.
See if we can get a
Get a
rhythm
little
jump
push.
shot without having to go one-on-one.
Darius Bolden stopped high, bounce pass, and a foul from behind on Cordelli, who didn't like the call, but I don't know how the ball comes free if you didn't hammer him that time. So anyway, that'll be team foul 4 on MSOE. Nice to see Coach Kevin Hurd before the game. Of course, many of you remember Kevin, an assistant coach here for the Pointers, and then went down to be an assistant at MSOE and got the job, 2-3 games into the season 2 years ago. Bolden on the baseline, left side. Out it'll come to Cal. Back over to Darius. Shot clock down to 10. Darius trying to work some dribble into the corner. 3-ball Myron. That's not going to go again. Ball rebounded here quickly up the floor. All the way to the rack, and the layup good.
And a foul.
With a foul.
Boy, we're missing shots.
Yep.
And that is always dangerous, obviously. Just kind of waiting around for MSOE.
Myron with the foul.
The other thing, Scotty, is they've turned us into a jump shooting team. We're getting nothing in the paint.
Yeah. Myron's second. Malik will come back for Seth. Seth's a really important part of the team. And he can score a free throw short. Malik rebounds. He can score, but that's not his primary job. So keep that in mind. Myron's going to have a long and fine career here. Just a sophomore. Butler on top. Got to get him going off the handoff pass now from Mans. Butler on top to Malik. Over to the left side. It'll go to Darius. Skip pass out. Butler passed up the 3. Now to Darius. Wide open 3. Nope. Just can't hit it. Rebound MSOE.
Boy, that was a good shot.
Somebody's got to take the lid off here. Kick out. Cummings wants 3 more. He missed one. Rebound Malik.
Boy, that was an open shot. He hit a couple right from that spot.
Butler up front. Bolden right side. It'll go to Abdul Wahid. Smooth with it on the baseline. Goes up. Reverse layup. Didn't get it to go. Get it. Go up and score it. That time by Malik.
Coach Sternbach asking for an and one. Not going to get it.
26-20. Stevens Point by 6. Front court dribble. So Pyrrhic leaves it back over into the hands of Amoa. Amoa powering his way down the lane against Butler. Kick to the wing. Shot won't go, and a foul on Darius underneath.
That left-hand push. Didn't need it. But it was the right call on the backside. That'll be team foul 4.
Yep. Should not be a shooting foul, but an inbound off the baseline, and I believe immediate timeout coming up here. 3:40 to go in the opening half. Stevens Point leads 26-20. Let's take a 30-second break. Coming right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN.
Calling all sports enthusiasts.
6-point advantage at 26-20. On your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard, watch your favorite teams enjoy the daily food and drink specials. Final score, second to Maria Stevens Point. Pointers lead 26-20.
Scotty, we've made just 2 of our last 12 shots. We started off 7 of 12. Now we're just 9 of 24. So they've got the ball on baseline on the left side. The last time they inbounded from there, they ran a special. You may remember the curl off a screen and the catch and the wide open 3. See if they don't run another special similar to that one. Maybe coming over to our side with that same play.
Well, we'll find out. Mason Dupirak, their leading scorer with 4 points right now. Stevens Point's leading scorer, Cal Crone, with 4 points right now.
Yeah, but he has not had a lot of opportunities. They really haven't bottled up.
No, they haven't. Point has not gone to him very much. They're looking to inbound. Finally going to toss it in long to Burrows out near the half-court stripe. Leaves it off for for Gendusa. Working against Malik Gendusa. Back out on top. Dupirak, deep 3, got it. He can just shoot.
And they're going to take a quick timeout.
3:25 to go. This will be the first actual timeout.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Coach Hurd is feeling a change of momentum. They're within 3, so you call that quick timeout. You talk about this defensive possession. We get a stop here. We go and score, and suddenly we got point on their heels. I think that's what the story is right now in the MSOE huddle.
Well, then the other story has to be, here's an offensive possession. We need a basket.
Yep, we sure do.
And we'll see what happens. Yeah, just have not gone inside much. Whether you want to credit MSOE for taking that away or not, I'm not sure. But we have not seen Cal along the lane whatsoever with the basketball in hand.
Yep.
And boy, he's got a size advantage. I think he's got to get into the post and go.
The pointer's just 3 of 12 from behind the 3-point line. MSOE 4 of 7.
Yep, got to feel your way. Bolden into the front court. Butler over, it'll go to Malik. Drives it off the wing. Lost it, got it back inside. Jump shot in. Nice job by Malik Abdul-Wahid, 28-23.
He's been our go-to in this first half.
He's got 10 right now. Dupirak leaves it off into the hands of Amoa. Amoa back over to Burrows. Burrows against Malik. A little push off at the free throw line. Dupirak. Butler has him. Got to defend all over with Dupirak. Double team. Ball inside. Tapped away by Darius. Couldn't find the handle. Dupirak. And
did that hit anything?
It did catch the rim. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul.
Yep.
Because he got knocked down. Butler into the front court. Butler down on the baseline. Sneaks in, goes in, can't hit the shot. Rebound fought for and out of bounds. Pointer basketball. Now, there you go again. I mean, you're getting a few interior shots, not many.
No.
You got to knock them down.
That one maybe needed to be finished left hand coming off that right baseline. They give the Raiders credit. They didn't give up when he turned the corner.
28-23 pointers. Bolden inbounds. Bumgartner out on top to Cal. Cal leaves it back for Logan. Not a good handoff pass. Lost it. Cummings up front. Stops. Across the way, Dupirak. Dupirak gets by Bumgartner into the lane. Down the lane. Underlaid. Rebound, Butler.
Well, Beach missed an easy layup now.
I'm surprised Dupirak passed up the 3.
Yeah,
at any rate. And now Point's going to take the timeout with 2:06 to go.
He saw Logan Bumgartner coming from deep in that lane, flying at him, and thought it might get blocked.
Well, this is a 30. We're going to stay right here. Pointer's first timeout. So Saturday, we will have UW Stevens Point football, the season finale at La Crosse. And then we're going to have either Pointer men's basketball with a tip at 5 o'clock from Madison against Edgewood, or depending upon what happens, and we won't know until, well, about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. If we can't cover the men, we will have the conclusion of the women's game, basketball game on Saturday afternoon. 2 games coming up on Saturday.
I'll tell you, Scott, in his first half, one thing Coach Kevin Hurd for MSOE has decided is we're not going to let their post players back us down. I mean, they're not just going to let them have the ball in their hand that long. So when Cal has had it, they've been doubling pretty quickly. They said, nope, you've got to give it up, and it's been effective.
Butler off the high dribble, starting left, bounces it off there to Bolden.
Yep.
16 on the shot clock. Butler, Bolden, left corner. Malik faked the three. Got inside the arc, kick out Baumgartner, open three, in and out, no. Well, you got a great shot, didn't hit it.
They came out 1-3-1, and we recognized it right away, just missed another shot.
Minute 42 to go, bounce pass into the hands of Burrows. So Purek pulls up from 17, in and out, no, and Darius had the rebound and simply lost it.
See if that was a one-possession, 1-3-1 now, if they'll go right back to man-to-man.
Oh, I thought that was off of Stevens' point hands.
This thing got knocked out. I'm thinking they're going to go back to man here. Nope.
Front court, yep. Butler.
They are back to man.
Butler starts right wing with the dribble. Offense has just not been smooth. Credit MSOE. Malik working off the left wing and trying to back in against Burrow. Fade away, no. Baumgartner tipped it, no, into the hands of Dopirak.
Boy.
He'll bring it up. Can't buy a basket. Dopirak trying to get by Darius down on the baseline. Burrows with the jumper, and he's got it.
Yeah, Malik fell down, and another wide open shot.
3-point ball game, 54 seconds to go in the half.
Just as anticipated, they're making shots.
Yeah, and Stevens' point is not.
Yep.
That can change at half, we hope. Darius Bolden over to Cal Crone, outside the arc again. Cal will bounce the ball into the lane. Here comes the kick to the corner. Darius for three. That's off the mark. Nobody can shoot.
Well, they're going to get one last shot here. They can actually go in tied.
Yeah. After being down 8-0 early in the ball game.
Pointers just
Pyrrhic off to Carter. Carter on the right side. Gets it into the hands of Gendusa. Stolen away by Cal. And then a foul on Gendusa.
Saved a basket, Scotty.
Yeah.
If there is such a thing, that was a really good foul because Darius Bolden didn't have a guy within 10 feet behind him. He was going to go in and get an easy layup.
Jack Hutchinson in for Malik Abdul-Wahid. Yep. Now you are down to 16.2 seconds to go.
We'll get the last shot here. Hutchinson now, look for him. He's a good shooter.
Inbound, it'll come to Darius Bolden. Stevens Point has a 3-point advantage. Darius nearly turned it over with the dribble. Stops on the right side, out on top to Butler. Gets by his man, drives it inside, blocked away. Dopirak with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, pulls up on the way and off the rim. And we will head to the locker room. At the half, UW Stevens Point leading by a score of 28-25 over MSOE. We will take a 90-second break. Coming right back. UW Stevens. And just as it has gone the 2 previous years, trouble looms here UW Stevens Point and Milwaukee School of Engineering. When I say trouble, everybody looks and they see a game like this and they figure, oh, Point wins this in a blowout. That's not the case. Basketball is different than football at our level, and maybe a bunch of sports. You don't have to have 20 players to be able to compete in basketball. You have 2, 3, and then good concepts and play hard and shoot the ball well. You're in any game, and that's certainly the case here with the Raiders right now.
I tell you, Scotty, the stat that matters right now is the fact the Pointers are 10 of 30. Is there a good defense being played by MSOE? There sure is, but they've taken the inside away, and they're willing to give us some shots around the perimeter. And we've had some good open looks and just haven't hit them. 3 of 14, as a matter of fact, from those open looks out at the three-point line. And that's the difference. You hit 4 more of those, and you're up by 12, 15 points. And it's one of those things, you know, what are you going to pick if you're MSOE? And they said, well, beat us with the jump shot, and right now we're not.
Yeah, that's a given. The Pointers not shooting it well. Not that MSOE is shooting it all that well, but they are at least 50% from 3, and there's something to be said for that.
Yep. And our leading, 3 guys, that we have to have score. You're talking about Crone, Butler, and Bolden. Total of 7 points. Yep. Kale's only had 3 shots. He had 31 points last game. It shows what a good defensive effort they are doing against him. He's not even getting shots up. And Josiah, and we know how hot Josiah can get. He can start hitting it, but he's 0 for 5. Darius 0 for 4, and arguably our 2 best perimeter shooters. So we got to get those 2 guys going in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that you're getting the shot you want. On occasion, we're just kind of, I'm the last guy and the clock's running down. We have to jack one up. We're not catching the ball off of motion and getting in rhythm jump shots. Everything is kind of, you've got it. Okay, take one. And so often shooters, they want it either off the dribble or something where it's not just stand there and now I got to throw a shot up.
And when we have gotten inside off the guard position, I thought we've lost our patience. There's a lot of clutter in there. There's a lot of contact, but I think we're almost rushing those shots inside just a tad instead of being stronger and more patient. Take that contact, get the ball off glass. So, again, there's 2 teams out there. My hat's off to the Raiders. They've got a game plan, sticking to it. They will stick to it. We know they're an extremely disciplined team. They're all engineers, so we know they're a smart team. And they're right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we should note once again, we did at the start, but they are without, and apparently all year, going to be without Mattis Dopirak, the brother of Mason Dopirak. Mattis with an injury that apparently sidelines him for the entire season. And so we wish him well. And he's a big rebounder for them. Not all that much of a scorer, although he did have 6 points in the game last year when MSOE beat the Pointers. But with all that being said, he is not available. So that is another thing to keep in mind.
And he gives them another inside rebounder. And 5 more fouls down into the post. You sometimes forget that. If you don't have a lot of depth in the post and you lose one of them, you've lost 5 of your fouls down in there. But that hasn't been an issue tonight so far. There's only been 9 fouls called. It's been pretty physical.
It has, which I don't know that is always the way the Pointers like to play. There may be, and I say maybe, a bit more finesse. I don't know that you would agree with that.
I do. I think so. I think these kids are much like the Green Bay Packers of football, if there's an analogy. I've always thought the Packers were better on turf and in a dome because they're so fast and they're a finesse.
They're a different team than they were in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. Yeah. They're built for speed now, the Packers now.
And so if the analogy can be drawn between the 2 sports, we're more like that as a basketball team. We're not a banging kind of team.
No. we might get to be more with some of the young ones that are coming up.
Yep.
And so we'll let that play out. But this team's got to shoot the ball better if they want to win here tonight.
Yep, and who's going to step up and do that? Could it be one of the starters? Could it be somebody off the bench? Who's going to get us going offensively?
And sometimes it takes one guy to hit a shot or two, and then everybody. Shooting is contagious.
Yep.
If you take that lid off, all of a sudden the ball goes in a bunch. Then MSOE gets in trouble. And the longer you can't hit a basket, you're playing right into the Rangers.
Yeah, it's such a confidence thing for shooters. And let's take Josiah Butler. He could get one to go in. And we've seen this over the course of last year. Then that basket just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger appearing to him. So we got to get some shots in.
Josiah had 4 points at the half on Sunday, ended up with 17. So let's see what happens here in the second half. We are at the half. Pointers do lead 28-25. We'll take a 1-minute break. Coming right back. John will have all the stats when we return. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCM.
Attention parents, Scott Glinski, CEO of Skyroot.
As our UW Stevens Point men's basketball team has a 3-point lead over Milwaukee School of Engineering, 28-25. John Zellmer has stats on that first half.
That I do, Scotty. Thank you. For the visitors tonight, the Raiders from MSOE. They finished the first half 10 of 27, 37%, but they were 4 of 8. 50% from behind the three-point line, 1 of 3 from their free throw line. 18 rebounds for the Raiders, 3 on their offensive end. They have 8 assists to go with 6 turnovers. They've had 3 steals and a blocked shot. For our pointers, we finished that first half 10 of 30, 33%. Just 3 of 14 from behind the arc, 21%. And 5 of 6 from the foul line. We out-rebounded MSOE by 2 to 25 on our offensive end. We've had 6 assists to go with 3 turnovers, 4 steals, 2 blocked shots. Points off turnovers, 2 apiece. Points down in the paint. Here's where I thought we might have a better advantage tonight. Hasn't played that way. Pointers up by 4, 12-8. Second chance points, 6-4 MSOE. Fast break points, 4 apiece. Points off the bench, 11-3 Stevens Point. Scotty, at one time we were 7 of 12, had an 8-point lead. That, of course, is over 50%. Since that mark, we are 3 of 18. And we were outscored during that period 14-9. We're lucky it wasn't worse when you go on a 3 of 18 shooting stretch. That was in the last 11, 12 minutes of this half. So got to get some balls to drop.
Yep. And as we watch the Pointers come back out for pre-half warm-ups, not much dropping.
No.
And my thought is go in a little bit closer, get a few to drop, and then start backing out. Everybody came out, started jacking up threes, and we're fortunate to catch any of the rim. That's the way it goes. Vista Royale Campground on Isherwood Road in Bancroft, making memories one campsite at a time. Well, we should have a very exciting season for Pointer men's basketball and women's basketball and a lot of our winter sports. men's and women's hockey in action last night. Women came back with a 3-2 win from Concordia. And the men took one on the chin against number 5 ranked St. Norbert over there by a 6-2 score. So keep in mind, wrestling is going, swimming and diving going now. So all sorts of activities if you want to come over to the UW Stevens Point campus and watch some great sports. It's not a bad crowd here tonight, John.
Pretty good.
Considering I have no idea. I'm not good at guesstimating size, but all in all, I'm going to guess 400 or 500 at least in here tonight.
I would think all that.
And of course, our premium seating is in pretty good shape there.
It's popular.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware of what that is, that the north end zone is there's some hi-hat tables. There's a bar with stools. There's some regular, very nice padded seats, nicer than ours, I might add.
Yeah.
And then they have a combination. They have different food themes, but you get a very nice meal and appetizers and a whole bunch of things to drink, including beer and wine, which you don't always see at this level, and it's working out really, really well for the Pointers.
Yeah, that is a fact. 28-25, let's run down the scoring from the first half. For the Raiders of MSOE, 7 points each for Mason DePirick and Donovan Carter, 6 points for Chase Cummings. Then you go to 2 for Jonathan Burrows, 2 for Joey Gendusa, 1 for C.J. Valenti. For Stevens Point, Logan Baumgartner with 11. 10 for Malik Abdul-Wahid, 4 for Cal Crone, 2 for Darius Bolden, 1 for Josiah Butler. And Seth Myron yet to score. I think he will get into the scoring column here in the not too distant future. And you kind of need, John, while you don't have to get double digits from every guy, everybody's got to be at least a threat to score, or you know what can happen, and that is they don't have to play you. They sag off, they double team guys, and it makes your offense just that much tougher to run.
You know, Seth oftentimes does his most damage inside with that little left-hand finish. Again, their defense has been really effective. We haven't been able to get the ball inside very deep very often.
No, that's a fact. So, Stevens Point and MSOE ready for the second 20 minutes. We'll take a 30-second break, coming right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
We just love coming to Vista.
The second half, your final score Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing Stevens Point up 28-25. The Pointers' favorite Sports Bar and Grill is the final score Sports Bar and Grill. Taking your favorite games with amazing food and drinks. Corner of 2nd and Maria. Here we go. Stevens Point ready.
We're going to start on defense in this second half, Scotty. If I'm the Raiders of MSOE, I would love to see Mason DePirick, their select shooting guard, get the first shot. So if you're guarding him or if you're on the floor, kind of be thinking about where he is.
Well, that's been Josiah Butler. Looks like he'll go right back on DePirick defensively. So inbound it comes. DePirick indeed with the basketball into the front court. Off the high screen, works over the top of the circle, back off on the left wing into the hands here of Carter. Carter down on the baseline. Cordelli gives back. Cordelli gets it right back off a bounce pass near the top of the circle, holds it there against Cal. Over to DePirick, tried to get by Butler. Got stopped up, in along the right side of the lane, spin move down deep, shot rolls off the rim. Bolden with a backside rebound. Good bother by Cal. Butler leaves it off for Malik Abdul-Wahid. Smooth comes right, takes it into the lane, ball popped away. Tried to dribble through too much traffic. Down to the corner, it'll go to Bolden once again. And the offense a little bogged down here to start. Darius down the lane, goes off the glass and scores.
Wow, right over to Perrick. Tough move.
So a 5-point lead. Nice move by Darius Bolden. Down on the baseline very quickly. Out they come. With it is Burrows. Burrows inside the arc. Finds Dopirik. He gets his man in the air. Give a little give and go, and he missed the layup inside. Rebounded there by Butler. I kind of got blocked out. I don't see. Couldn't see if somebody got a piece of that.
Yeah, that was Malik, but somehow we left Dopirik unguarded. We really got away with one there.
Bolden, Butler, right side of the block. It'll go to Myron. Spin move, left hand. What did John just talk about? There it is.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Well, you got one right, Johnny.
Yeah, after 30 years.
32-25.
I can quit now.
There you go. That's all we need. Carter, bounce pass, high right. Into the hands of Cordelli. Ball stolen away by Butler. On the breakout, 3-on-1, lobs it for Malik. No, put back, no foul. They got in a little bit tight for that alley-oop to Malik.
Yeah,
and I get it. When there's so many bodies, I'm always leery somebody's going to get bumped and you come down on your back or something.
And I know we were trying for the spectacular play, but we were 3-on-1 there, Scotty. I might have preferred Josiah, see if he could finish that left-handed, because you were probably going to get the putback anyway.
Malik's free throw, not good.
Well,
32-25. He'll get the second. By the way, that foul on Donovan Carter, his first of the game. Second for Malik Abdul-Wahid. That's not going to go.
Oh, boy, that turns out to be a great foul, doesn't it?
Yeah.
3-on-1, and we get nothing.
That's sad. Cummings will bring it back up. Malik normally a pretty good free thrower, so unfortunate there. Cordelli wanted to go backdoor to Dopirik. Into the hands of Carter, right back to Cordelli. Cordelli on top. Carter. Carter looking. We're going to get a foul.
Yeah.
That's good, team, Malik.
That's going on Malik. First on Malik Abdul-Wahid. Not a shooting foul. 7-pointer lead. 17:47 to go. Well, find a way to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, we had a chance to get our biggest lead on that last possession and
didn't do it.
Didn't score.
Carter to inbound. Finally gets it on the floor. They're going to hold it. Left wing, it'll go there. Off the dribble with it is Carter. Carter bounces it across the way. Cordelli down the lane, and a blocking foul on Cal.
Yes.
Yeah. Cal Crone with the foul.
He kind of swatted at the ball, Scotty, and which where the foul might have come. Unfortunately, Josiah Butler came in and stripped it. And we would have been going the other way.
Cummings to inbound and does so on the baseline. Sneaking in is Dopirik, and he gets one to go.
It might have been an and one, too. There might have been a contact from behind, no call.
32-27, Stevens Point by 5. Darius Bolden, right wing, a long bounce pass into the post. Cal Crone fouled. Cordelli probably sensing I have nothing I can do here. See if I can knock it away.
One of the few times Cal was able to catch the ball right on that block.
Yep, I thought a quicker move by Cal to his strong hand or left might have gotten him an easy two, but easy for me to sit here and
I thought reading the defender, like we could sitting here, that's what he was going to do.
Bolden gets it into Seth Myron, and he'll lay it up and in.
Simple cut. Leads to 2.
34-27.
Good pass by Darius.
Yep. Carter between the circles on top. Bounces right side, picked up by Burrows. Check that, I'm sorry. Amoa back in. Underneath, turnaround jumper, left it short. Cal Crone, nice rebound.
And good defense by Cal.
So a chance to get your biggest lead of the night. It'll go out on top to Butler. Back over to Darius, right wing. Looked at Cal, can't go there. Launches the triple. He's got it.
There's Darius. We talked about our leading scorers being cold in the first half.
37-27, timeout MSOE. 16:29 to go. This will be a full timeout. I think, are they going to turn it into the media?
They may.
16:29 to go. It will be a 1-minute timeout. We're going to take that break. Coming right back, UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
Once you realize that you're standing
On the defensive end.
Agreed. Here you go. Stevens Point has increased its lead to 21 at 52-31. Carter with the left side dribble gets it into the hands of Witt. Witt over to the right side, into the hands of Dopirak. Poked away and out of bounds off the hand of Darius Bolden. Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education.
By the way, Sky, we've put Darius Bolden on Dopirak. We've gone a little quicker.
Cummings back in for the Raiders. They will inbound off the right sideline into Dopirak. Right back to Cummings. Dribbles over to the top of the circle. Gives into the left corner. Gathered in that time. Kind of a wide pass, but a good job of pulling it in. 52-31 Point. Carter into the lane. Backing down against Butler. Jump hook. Nope. That's what, the third shot clock violation tonight?
And I like that defensive change. Dopirak was showing it was just a half a step quicker than Josiah Butler. And then we switched over with smaller but faster Darius.
Carter Combs going to check in for Darius here in a moment. He gets it, Darius does, into Butler. Back over to Bolden off the left wing. Bounce pass down the left baseline. Seth Myron backing his way in. Kick out. Hoffman drives it into the paint. Down off the glass. Underlaid. Rebound to Valenti.
He might have got away with a travel.
I agree with you on that. Dopirak into the lane at the other end. Kick out. Valenti wants three and he got it.
That's a big shot.
Well, you just didn't get back defensively. No. That was Keith's guy.
Yep.
He missed the layup and then didn't get back down the floor quick enough. 52-34 Point. Darius Bolden down the left of the lane. Underneath it'll go. Pull up off the glass. Missed that time by Hoffman. Got to get those. Got his own rebound. Jump hook. No.
He needed to kick that out, Scott.
Yeah, but you can't miss that first one for Pete's sake.
He needed to get it off
52-34. Dopirak trying to get by Butler. Stopped up. Kick out Valenti. Valenti spins against Darius. Had a size advantage. Didn't take it. Carter out on top against Hoffman. Too much quickness. He'll try to take Keith into the lane. Got away with a walk. Rebounded by Darius. Darius is really tired. Lead feed, bad idea. Intercepted, intended for Myron. That one too easy to see. Cummings down to the other end will get the layup.
Yeah, Darius has got to know better than that.
Yeah, he sure does.
He's your quarterback.
Coach wanted a timeout. Couldn't get any of the officials' attention. Basically, he wants to get Darius a rest.
Yeah.
And get Carter Combs into the ball game. 11:06 to go.
Well, 5-0 run for the Raiders. And we've kind of helped them a little bit. They're missing some layups. A really poor decision by Darius trying to kick that ball up the floor.
That is the second timeout for Stevens Point. Your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing the Pointers up now 52-36. Plan your before or after game get-togethers at the final score. Second to Maria Stevens Point. 52-36. UW Stevens Point with the advantage here. Well, only a 3-point at the break and obviously 16 at the moment.
This is a little different level for Keith Hoffman, Scotty. Of course, he played a couple years down at Madison College, a little bit of JUCO, so maybe still a little jittery trying to find his way into this D3 program and rushing those shots a little bit.
Don't coaches tell you it's the same at every level, just play basketball?
I think that's pretty much true.
That's all right. I mean, Keith's going to be fine.
Yep.
But that's one, and he knows it better than me sitting here and saying it, or you sitting here and saying it. He's got to make that. It was a bunny.
Yeah, and I thought he got concerned with the people around him. Your eyes need to stay on your target.
And you're bigger than they are. Just say, out of the way, Smurf, let's go.
If you bring your eyes down to where the hands are and who's around you, then you lose your vision on the target, which is off the glass. So he's played a lot of basketball. I'll bet he knows that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. 11:06 to go in the ball game. Stevens Point, well, it's not over by any stretch. Got to stay strong here, up by 16.
Yep.
Butler, Combs, Myron, Crone, Abdul Wahid.
We got a little fast there at the end, I thought, Scotty. Try to get back a little bit more of our pace.
Yep. So Butler will bring it up. Interesting to me, you played almost half of the second half. The guy who led you in scoring in the first half has not seen the floor. Logan Baumgartner.
Back to the zone.
Carter Combs nearly turned it over. Almost got tripped. Now brings it up front. Gives it to the corner. Myron open for a triple. No. Backside rebound. Fought for. Carter Combs comes down with it. Off to Malik.
Wow.
Lobs it out to Butler. Carter's relentless. I'm just going to tell you. Bounce over to Carter on the wing. Back it'll go to Crone. Out for Butler. A three. Got it!
Well, you know what? Josiah gets credit for the three. Carter made the three.
You got that part right. 55-36. That's why Carter Combs is going to be a fan favorite because of what he just did there. Valente on the wing. Takes it toward the lane. Down to the baseline.
It's got to be a travel.
Tries to scoop one in and is called for the travel. Here comes Logan Baumgartner.
Valente had an opportunity there, and I think he kind of lost his balance with that long first step and forced himself into a travel.
Yep. So Stevens Point gets the ball back here.
And back to the man. We've seen a lot of one-possession zones out of timeouts.
Carter Combs goes left to Butler. Josiah bounces it. Malik on the left baseline. Trying to back in against Valente. They drop a double team in. Malik got inside and just scores.
Yeah, it was slick. He's very creative.
57-36, Stevens Point. Pirak over to the right wing. MSOE now down to 9:40 to go in the game. So Pirak double team comes, kick to the corner, three ball off the rim, backside rebound, Logan Baumgartner. Baumgartner up the left wing. Down to the baseline. Double team comes. Carter Combs out to Butler. Butler all the way out at the timeline, working against Valente. Tries to get by him. Gives to the right side. Bounce pass down to Crone on the baseline from Carter Combs. Crone, his pass deflected out of bounds. Tried to hit a cutting Carter Combs. Just didn't get the ball to him.
Had he done it, Carter was wide open. Of course, they doubled the post. So you knew somebody was open, and that time it turned out to be Combs.
9:10 to go here.
Well, 7 seconds on the shot clock.
I got to work on that. Did you just see that? They bring an extra soda for Coach.
Yeah.
Where's the extra soda for the fat guy?
Well,
not that I need it, actually. I still have some left. I'm going to work on that. Crone gets the inbound on the wing. Pull-up jumper off the rim. No. And the rebound on the backside. Burrows with it. Bill Pirak gets it on ahead, running baseline. Gendusa into the left corner for the triple, and they got it.
Yeah, that's offense.
They found the open man.
Modern offense today. You run to the corner and wait for the kick.
Mason accidentally. 57-39, 8:44 to go. Combs goes right side. Butler off the screen down to the baseline. Down to the block. Josiah keeps that dribble alive. Sneaks in, goes up, can't hit it, gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Carter Combs. Shot clock 7. Carter at the free throw line. Out to Malik. Malik going to launch from 15 off the rim. No, Crone with the rebound. Got away with the push.
He did from the back. He certainly did.
Carter Combs across the way. Butler. Butler over to Logan Baumgartner. Loads the triple. That's high off the rim. No. Rebounded down deep. Into the hands of Burrows. Burrows across the timeline. Into the lane, down the lane, goes with the left-hand try and is going to go to the free throw line.
I heard Burrows had one thing in mind when he took that ball on their defensive end. I'm going all the way to the basket.
Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service. Performed by people that you can't trust. I'm losing my mind here.
The Pointer bench yelling, stop the ball, stop the ball. Maybe you heard it in the background. You never did.
Yep. So Burrows goes to the free throw line, gets a pair here. Free throw good. That foul was, by the way, on Malik Abdul-Wahid, his second.
Good minutes by
Bolden back for Carter.
Good
Combs.
minutes by Carter Combs coming up. Really good minutes.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the highlight play of this game so far was his hustle and saving that possession for the three-point shot by the Josiah Butler. Long ways to go.
Right now, that's why he's, in essence, the first guard off the bench. Because that's the kind of hustle he brings you. Second free throw is good.
And as we've often said, he's prototypical point guard. He's a pass first, shoot second.
57 to 41. Here comes the double, almost triple team. Darius got rid of it to Butler out on top to Myron. Seth gives back to Logan Baumgartner. Right side. Butler trying to work off the dribble against Cummings to the baseline. Pull-up jumper. That's not going to go. Put back Logan Baumgartner. Got pushed in the back without a whistle.
He did get pushed from the back. He tried just a straight putback. If he would have caught that, he would have got the foul.
That three won't go. Rebounded by Myron on the baseline.
It's been physical underneath.
Yeah. 7:27. Darius, one of the igniters of this second half, over to Baumgartner. Logan gives off to Malik. Underneath, Logan got free.
Got the foul.
Just didn't have quite enough to load it up quick enough. He'll go to the line for two.
And he caught that ball a little bit more under the basket than he would have liked. So
Yep.
he was not only worried about the two defenders around him, he was trying to figure out how he was going to get that shot off glass.
Yep. 7:15 to go in the ball game. Stevens Point up 57-41. We've got the media timeout. We'll take it coming right back. Pointers basketball on WPCN since 1977. Comfortable yet, but with a 16-point advantage.
Well, and I tell you, you can attribute all of that, Scotty, to coming out of the locker room. We started the second half on a 22-4 run, and that's simply been the difference.
Yep, now Logan Baumgartner will go to the free throw line. By the way, that foul was called on Chase Cummings. That was his second.
Scotty, you're fond of talking about basketball game, and correctly so. It's a game of runs where there's only been one real run tonight, and that's the 22-4 advantage Stevens Point.
Logan's free throw, he left it short.
That makes us now 9 of 13.
Yep.
Not horrible, not good enough.
No, it's not good enough, in all honesty. Second one is good. So that gives him a dozen points in the ball game, 58-41.
He kind of carried us in the first half, hit some big shots.
Burrows into the front court, working right wing against Logan. Tried to take it inside, poked away, loose ball. Butler. And did he call a timeout for the possession?
Yeah, I think Seth Myron might have actually called it, but one of the two got it, and that was a really smart and heady play.
All right, so we've got a little bit of time.
Yep.
Here's my question, John. Just thinking game situation, not this game in particular. You've got a game where you're up by 17 and that play. Do you want to call that timeout? I'm only asking because, well, obvious game situation.
I think when you're up 17 and you're getting down to under 7, yes. Because likely is you're not going to need your timeouts in an end-of-game situation. You certainly hope so. So use it there to gain a position. If the shot clock was down to like 3 or 4, then maybe not. But with enough time on the shot clock, if that possession goes back to the Raiders with plenty of time, you know, they could hit a 3 and now you're down to 14. So I'll let you know for sure after this possession.
Well, fair enough.
I like it.
And some of it, I guess, I look at it too, and I go, well, this is just a every game situation. You would want them not to start to worry. Should I now? Should I not now?
Yep.
So maybe that's just here's what we do in that situation, period. Into the corner, it'll go to Seth Myron, across the way to Bumgartner. Lobs it, barely got it to Malik. Some bad passes. Malik working baseline, got caught inside, goes reverse, scores it. He is unbelievable.
And a great timeout.
60-41, Stevens Point. Dopirak will bring it up here. Working into the lane and a foul.
And a foul. That'll be team foul number 5. So they're not shooting.
Not a shooting. It's on Logan once again.
A little gimpy. Went down pretty hard. He's a nice player.
Yeah. That's 2 on Logan Bumgartner, who has a dozen points here tonight. Inbounder will be Cummings under the MSOE basket. 6:26 to go. Pointers lead. Lob onto the floor to Dopirak against Butler. Got by him, goes inside. Missed the lefty. And then tipped up and in. I didn't see who got it. Burrows?
Yeah, Josiah is struggling a little bit with that matchup. I'm surprised we don't switch back to Darius.
Myron, well, he played him most of the first half, however, and held him to 7 points in the opening half. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, but the second half, Dopirik's been a little more aggressive going to the basket. He's been able to get that long first step side to side. You know, a lot of times when you get that shoulder around the side of your defender's body, you've got him.
Foul was called, by the way, on MSOE's Aneamoa, his second, and is also team 7. So Josiah Butler with the front end of a 1-and-1 got it.
And now you get to that point in the game where you just make free throws and keep controlling in this game.
Josiah had 17 on Sunday. A little different so far here tonight with 5.
They've taken his drive away tonight.
And he got them both.
Although the biggest shot of the game, as we talked about, was that 3 he hit. Although Darius's 2 threes early in the second half maybe really sparked.
62-43, Dopirak powers his way down the lane, can't hit it. Cal Crone tipped the rebound into the hands of Josiah Butler.
No need to rush. Clock is their enemy now. Use your 30.
Butler, right wing dribble, gets down to the block. Here comes the double team. Got rid of it. Malik into the lane, down the lane. Fouled going in. He'll go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, they gave him a straight line path to the basket. You're not going to pass that up.
Free throws coming up for Malik Abdul-Wahid. 8th team foul, 2nd on Mason Dopirak.
Malik, it's 2 for 4 tonight.
Yep, he's going to be 4 for 6. How's that? Got that one.
Good call, Scotty. You're starting to feel comfortable now. You're up 20 with 5:43 to go. You're approaching that third tier, so to speak. You get up 12, 13, 14. That's a tier where you're starting to feel comfortable. You get it up into the low 20s, you're starting to think you might have a game.
And, oh boy, he missed the second one. So I'm wrong. But a save that time.
Oh, that's over and back.
Yeah, that was over and back. I was waiting for that call.
Yep, good call.
Yep, you got the rebounded miss. Nice job by Seth Myron. But then he threw to Darius, who was still in the backcourt, tried to jump into the front, but I think a good call.
It was. He was still in the air when he got the ball, landed over here. That's over and back.
5:38 to go in the ball game. 20-point lead for Stevens Point. Burrows inbounds into the hands of Cordelli. Burrows gets it back.
Whoa.
Tried to get by Seth, slipped and fell down with the ball loose there. Let's hope he's not hurt. I don't think he is. He hit it. Has to be a wet spot.
Yeah, they got to.
Or maybe just caught, like being the skier that you are, John.
Yeah.
When you catch an edge, you just go down. And maybe he caught the edge of the shoe there.
I can tell you something. I will only ever catch an edge once on ski. There was a hand check on that drive, by the way, too. I think he had a little help sliding to the floor.
Well, nothing wrong with that as long as it's from the good guys. Inbound and up the floor, Darius Bolden into the hands of Butler. Josiah comes over to Malik on the right side. Lobs it for Myron down on the block. Kicks it out on the perimeter. Back over, it'll go to Bolden. Bolden off to Malik, top of the circle. Puts it on the deck against Burrows. Into the lane, down the lane. Scooping layup. Won't go. Cal Crone tried to get to it. Picked up by accidentally, pardon me. Up the right wing it'll go. Into the hands of Gendusa. Gendusa kicks out. Burrows wants three. In and out. No. Rebound Malik.
Take your time here. You're just going to run clock.
4:48 to go. Bolden to Butler. Man-to-man defense, of course, here. Although they did play a little zone for a while.
Out of timeouts mostly. One possession.
Butler works dribble against Accidentale over to Bolden into the corner. It'll go there. Myron, shot clock 5. Bolden into the lane, pulls up from 14, and he hits it.
That was a good decision for a couple of reasons. A, if he had taken that ball any deeper, we're talking about Darius, it would have been blocked, and the shot clock was going down. I'm not sure he had time to take it any deeper. Now we know Darius has had some cramp issues, and I'm thinking that's what that is. I don't know if you follow the article about Duke. They've been having cramping issues in their basketball games to the point where their coach is going to talk to the training staff about what are we doing wrong to get guys with cramps in basketball games.
Yeah, there's Shane Tarjan comes into the game for Stevens Point. Nice to get Shane in there. Up the floor, it'll come right side. Cummings gets it to Carter, explodes right to the basket. Nobody stopped him. Easy to his first basket of the second half.
Still want to play some defense, fellas.
20-point lead for Stevens Point. Butler to Crone, and Cal gets it right back from Butler. Boy, they had trouble getting it up.
That was anything but smooth, wasn't it?
Yep, Butler over to Myron, right wing. 3:49 to go in the ball game. Should be a pointer win. Butler into the lane, kick out. Malik wants a trip ball. No. Rebound, Cal Crone. Double clutches, goes up, scores it inside.
Well,
big second half for Cal.
Yeah, he's gotten untracked a little bit. Became a factor.
67-45. Cummings down the lane. A little lean in. Doesn't go. Rebound, Stevens Point.
It was a head and shoulder lean in, but no call.
Shane Tarjan gives off on the baseline to Malik. Kicks to the corner. Myron passes up the 3. Back to Butler. Josiah into the lane, down the lane. Had it poked away. And off of Josiah's leg and out of bounds. Tricor Insurance, Tricor Cares, dedicated to helping our clients, employees, and communities succeed. Offices statewide, including right here in Stevens Point, also Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. 3:10 to go in the ball game. Pointers up by 22.
Well, Josiah Butler been playing hard, but it's been a tough night. 1 of 8 shooting-wise, only 1 of 4 behind the three-point line, 6 points. But you know what? That's what we like about this team this year. We are deeper. We have added enough talent. 1 guy, or 2 guys, or 3 guys do not have to carry this team. And you know what? Josiah, arguably one of the several best offensive players, hasn't had his best night from a scoring standpoint. He also was given the assignment of guarding their best player.
Yeah.
And you don't want to discount the impact that can have on a player's offense.
I think that's a really good point.
Yep.
Sometimes again, he's got to score, but if you're playing the other team's best offensive player, sometimes you have to give a little for the better of the team. Meaning, in this case, you've got other teammates that can score, but you've got to keep their big guy from getting going. One of those kids, like any good shooter, you let them get hot, and then it's trouble trying to turn them off.
And you know, Scotty, they talk about being a complete player, but if you want to be a complete player, that means you help your team play defense, you help your team passing, you help your team by cheering on your fellow teammates, you help your team by rebounding, you help your team win, and it doesn't always have to show up in the scoring column. And I think that's been the case tonight for Josiah.
Tyshawn Teague Johnson in for Stevens Point. First action of the night. Up the floor it will come with Dopira. 67-45. Keith Hansen, pardon me, Keith. Oh, goodness gracious. Hoffman getting set to come back in.
Well,
Well, Keith Hansen was a heck of an athlete, too, wasn't he?
Also from Spash, and
Yep.
All-American national champion at Marquette in the 10,000, one of the finest runners in the history of this state, Keith Hansen.
Yep. Teague Johnson gets it over to Butler. Butler to the right corner. Teague Johnson right back to Josiah. Shot clock 6 seconds. Josiah on the dribble and an offensive foul.
On Cole Cron on the backside. And it's almost like swatting the mosquito in this case was to Pyrrhic. It's like, get away from me, small guy, and it just pushed him down.
Cal will sit. Carter Combs comes back in. Josiah Butler will sit. And Hoffman in, as we mentioned.
I'm feeling pretty good. 2:32 to go.
Up it will come. Bill Pyrrhic across the timeline. Tarjan trying to stay with him. Shane lost that cushion.
Yeah.
He lost him early and then tried to get back there, and Bill Pyrrhic knew he had him out of sorts, and Shane with the foul.
Well, and when you've got a guy like that that's on the left side of the floor, you should, this is my opinion, hedge a little bit to your left, his right, because a lot of times
That's the front end of a 1-and-1.
when they go, they're going to go off their right hand from there.
Especially at our level, D3. Maybe not quite so much.
Oh, no.
Well, good idea from Tarjan, but he threw it away, intended for Teague Johnson down the other end. Travel that they got away with, and Tyshawn with a rebound here. Tarjan lob, Carter Combs right corner. Pointers up by 22. Just trying to close this one out now without getting too sloppy. Myron leaves it for Tarjan. Shane back over to Carter Combs, penetrates, kick out. Myron, three, got it.
Just the way you draw that up, Scotty. You've got the screen, and then you've got the step to the open spot and the kick back. Beautiful play.
70-45. Pyrrhic splits the D down the lane. Right hand layup off the glass. Good. And coach is going to get some guys in here. In will come Will Bratz out of Fond du Lac. Should get him into the game.
Well, Fond du
Scott
Lac
Shimkoviak out of Lockport, Illinois in. It is 70-47. Stevens Point, 1:32 to go. See if Coach Dern counters with some guys off the bench or not. I know he's bringing Hutchinson in, Jack, so we'll wait and see anybody else that's coming in. 2-0 on the year, John.
Yep, and this was certainly game at halftime. We were up just 28-25. You're up 3 and feeling really tentative about the whole thing, and then you come out and start the second half 22-4, now enjoying a 23-point lead. So dominating second half by the Pointers.
1:32 to go in the ball game, 70-47. Stevens Point will be 2-0.
Let's see what some of these younger guys can do here.
Carter Combs to bring it up. Sends it to Hutchinson. Bounces right corner. Hoffman. Hoffman to Teague Johnson. Tarjan. Teague Johnson thought about a 3. Puts it on the deck. Gets inside off glass. He'll score it.
Well, he did that a whole bunch down at Beloit Turner, and we're hoping he does it a whole bunch
Nice to have
here.
a Beloit kid, huh?
Yep, you bet. We haven't been.
Not to end up at Whitewater, especially. Shimkoviak with it outside.
We've had a couple.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Yeah.
Off the dribble, a lot of dribble, I might add, to Jordan Pohl now. Into the corner, 54 seconds to go. Off the wing, Bratz with it. Stops and kicks it out. Pohl wants the triple, in and out, no. Rebound, Tyshawn. And Point's going to get another rolling timeout.
Yeah.
Blake Courts will come into the game. Also into the game coming with Blake is Will Gardner. And here comes James Jacobs.
Now, Scotty, my wife, the Beloit Memorial graduate, would tell you that she's not so sure about those Beloit Turner guys.
Yep.
But I told her we got a really good one, so.
Yeah, well, I understand where she's coming from.
Well, you know,
those crosstown rivals and stuff. Yep. All right, Stevens Point into the front court. Dylan Taylor with it. Gets it over to Gardner, off to Hutchinson. Blake Courts on the wing, 30 seconds. Across the way, Hutch fakes it, gives to the corner. This is Gardner with it. Putting it on the deck underneath. Tried to connect down there with Taylor and threw it away.
Yeah. Good idea, but nothing there.
I don't know if Dylan didn't see the pass coming or couldn't get free, but either way, out of bounds. Last possession of the game in theory. Hull now will bring it across the timeline for MSOE. Pointers, for the first time ever, will beat Milwaukee School of Engineering. Now 1-2 against them. Hull now down to the baseline, gets to a cutter down the lane, off the rim, no, and that is going to do it. Your final score from the Quant tonight, UW Stevens Point 72, Milwaukee School of Engineering 47. Let's take a break. We'll come back here in a little bit. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on W.